I would love to hear some hunt stories because you guys actually have been on a couple of pretty awesome hunts.
We have. Merrill's been, I mean, we've hunted together a few times. We've hunted in Ohio together. We've hunted in Maryland. We hunted turkeys in Maryland together. And we're like I said, we're leaving tomorrow morning to go out to New Mexico, where you went last year, right? You've been there a couple times?
I've been there 4 times.
So he's been there a few times. So he's taking me. We went to Idaho last year.
Salmon, Idaho.
And I almost died.
But killed a big black bear, so it was worth it.
We did. We got the...
That bear was beautiful.
That was my favorite story.
That
was my favorite story when he came back. We sat right here. He's like, hey, man, I just got back from hunting. Like, let's grab a beer.
Sweet.
And I heard the story of the hunt, and that sounded terrifying.
Well, it can be. Listen, I mean...
Yes. It was. It was terrifying. I have no problem outdoors. I love hunting. I love all this stuff. This is a true story, and I'm not going to take up too much time. Merril, I went on this hunt, and I was going up the side of this mountain. It was so steep and so scary, and it's not like, I know you can't really describe it to people. And I understand they're going to be like, you're being dramatic.
No,
I got to the top of the mountain where we were just scouting and looking for bear, and I got up there, and there's no cell service. There's no nothing, right? We were there for a week. We had no cell, not like a week, whatever, no cell service. And I got to the top of this mountain, and I wrote on my phone, I created a note to Ashley, my wife, because I was like, if I fall down this mountain, they're going to find my phone, and they'll like, I'll have last words to Ashley. Like, I can't call her, I can't text her. I literally wrote like this.
It got so real so quick for you.
Hey, so real. I was at the top of this mountain, and I'm like, I'm not going to make it down. So I want her to know, and my family to know how much I love them and all these things. And no joke, it rained. And then the winds pick up, it starts raining. And I'm like, I'm definitely not making it down. And Merrill's on another mountain. And you're actually back at the lodge, because you already shot your bear.
Right.
And I was up helping James Washington scout. So you're back at the lodge drinking coffee and stuff. And I'm up on this mountain, I'm about to die. And so I'm like praying.
Now listen, they have to get down to a certain time because you can't cross the river. That's why they got to get down.
Yeah, we got to get down.
So that he has to tell you that, because you can't be on the Salmon River at night, or you will get killed.
Yeah.
You will die. You will die.
So I write her this whole letter and everything like this, and it's raining, it's windy, it's like it's the most miserable. Like, I'm not gonna make it down. And climbing up, it was like you're like might grab onto like a little weed, like just for a handle, and your feet or so. It was awful. And I swear that like in this rain, so I'm like, now I'm gonna slip going down. This gonna be miserable. You're carrying your pack, you've got all this stuff. And I remember it rained so hard, I was like, you know what? This is it. And when I was coming down, it was like the rain was sent from God. I know it is, but it was sent from God, because on the way down, the sand had turned to like thick, clumpy, like mud sand. And I was able to, actually going down, I was like, holy cow, this is so much easier than going up. And we were like coming down, and like, it felt like, so it was like actually an answer to prayer. And it's amazing how sometimes we can take like these things in life, they're like so negative, like this, it's raining, I'm gonna die, but really it was like God's gonna be like, no, I'm about to help you out. But it felt like it was a bad situation. So, but it was that was the last hunt I went on. When Merril asked me to go on this elk hunt to New Mexico, my first question was, is it just like the bear hunt? Because I'm not going. I promised my wife I would never do that again. So he promised me it's not, but this is my first ever elk hunt. So I'm crazy excited about that.
I'm excited for
football always got in the way of elk hunting.
Yeah, I put hunting off for a long, long time, and that's what I promised myself. As soon as it's over, I'm going to go. And then I started working at ESPN, and I started having to do it again.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to work at ESPN, so we're going out for a week and see what happens.
I'm excited. I'm excited for him because, like, listen, when you can sit there and watch videos and bull elk screaming, and when it's the real deal, there's nothing can prepare you for that. Nothing. And then that's why I tell, like, hunting is 99% hiking and sightseeing. And then you get that few minutes of like that moment that you've been waiting for. And
well, people don't realize too, it's a big, I mean, if you don't know anything about hunting, it's a big animal.
Yeah.
And didn't someone just kill one like at 9 yards like last week?
Yeah.
Like 9 yards. You're talking 9 yards.
Bro.
And we're using bows. which makes it much trickier, much harder.
Much harder.
You're going to have to get closer. So it's going to be, so that's why we're going to take a week off from doing this, maybe 2 weeks, because I know you're leaving town for that. So we're going to try and make this a 2-parter, aren't we?
Yeah, it's be a 2-parter because you're doing that. And then, I'll be out. But
and we've done this. We've been sitting here for it's a lot longer than we've normally sat here, but it's been so much fun listening to you talk.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad
Are you the type of guy though that like finds some experience like that to where you're finding these different hunting areas or different game to hunt and you're like, I need to share this with somebody. Like part of this experience for me is actually sharing this with people I care about.
Yeah, well, like when you find out the people that like what you like,
Like so taking Ben on this trip is just as big a deal as you going on this trip.
It might be a bigger deal. You know, like when I see somebody, like they'll be like taking my brother, like when I take Marty hunting or son, you see them.
I want to hunt with your son too.
Yeah, cool and Bo, my son. It's a complete different. I can honestly say, like, I hope he gets the bull. I don't get a bull. Well, I want both ones. We both can get a bull, but if we walk away, I want him to get a bull because they're not easy. It doesn't mean. But to see him in that environment that he's going to get to be in, because I know how much he appreciates it too. So when you get to see, and I'm telling you, when I say no cell service stuff is such a blessing. It is the greatest 5 days. Your phone can't work. It is the best. I'm telling you, when I get ready to come out, I'm like, gosh, dang it. That's been great. Not having to deal with the
for the
phone
last
for
probably
5 days.
4 or 5 years, I've gone to your place in Ohio to hunt deer. Merrill's got in Ohio, in his area, has got some of the biggest whitetail deer that I've ever seen. They're monsters. And so he's always like, he'll be sending me pictures. Ben, you got to come on. This is gonna be great. We're gonna kill this monster. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. And sure enough, every year I'll sit in the blind for like 3 or 4 straight days and not even see a deer. So Merril owes me.
Yeah, I'm just hoping he gets one of these big bulls, and I'm like, we're even. We're even, man. We're even.
I almost hit a deer driving up your driveway today.
Oh,
there's 2 deer just going through.
I actually did hit a deer the other day.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Did you?
Is that what we're eating?
Jumped out in front of me.
Oh, geez.
Luckily, it just kind of caught the side of the car, so I'm hoping it's okay. Couldn't find it. Went back, couldn't find it. So it was dark, so I went back. I couldn't.
Jeez, was that the dent on the white one?
Yep.
Was it? Dude, I saw that when we were going back out to the stadium. I was like, I wonder what that was.
Yeah, that was a deer. Big old doe.
That's a deer.
Yeah. Dang.
So we're looking forward to it. A lot of fun hunting, and I think that's one of the things I know you like. We've talked about with your kids. I think doing it with your kids is really cool. And I was gonna say boys, but really it can be daughters.
Well,
my brother-in-law, he takes his daughter hunting. Right. She's also a hunter. So being able to do those things with him, I know my Benjamin's gotten a deer 3 years in a row, and every year it's a little bit bigger.
That's good for him.
And so he's already excited. You
need to get Benjamin on one of these podcasts. Talk to him about his golf. Is he? He's
going to come on. Every time we do one, he's like, Dad, am I coming on yet? I'm like, relax, buddy. Relax. We'll get you on here.
He said, Spence, just make sure you contact my agent for whatever time is right. Yeah.
He's a funny
he's going to want to be on there. I'm sure we won't talk about him beating you in golf.
No, don't do that yet. Okay. Tell him I want a rematch.
Again?
Another one. Yes. Every time I play Benjamin, I actually get better every time. I go get better, and then I come back for Benjamin.
We played this week, and he was like, "I've been practicing Benjamin. I'm coming for you." And Merril came out the gate on fire.
I'm telling you, like par,
and he's got Benjamin. And the next thing you know, it was like, no joke. We finished 18, and Tom Jones is standing there. And Tom's like, he works there as the caddy. He's the best guy ever there. But he says, "Hey, well, Benjamin, did you beat him?" Benjamin yells, "Well, I beat one of them."
That's funny.
Like, just so unassuming, right? Like,
that's funny. No matter if you're the guy getting beat, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny.
So I beat one of them. I'm like, Benjamin, show some respect. He's like he just so like,
he didn't say it was. He just said I beat one of them.
That's so because I asked him about the game today. I was like, hey, have you been golfing soon? He's like, yeah, I went today or the other day with Mr. Merril. And I'm like, oh, did you play well? He goes, not really.
Yeah, and he really didn't play his best. He played better at Nevillewood, actually. But still, he's a good golfer.
Still one, yeah.
He's a really good golfer, man.